I'm John Cohen, and this is My Tech. Do you own one of these? A cell phone? A tablet? A personal device that has your data on it? Well, you might be vulnerable to something that's very, very serious, and it's called juice jacking. It's not everybody who's vulnerable to it. It's only those who don't know about the problem. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about juice jacking. It is a simple exploit that people are using when you plug in your phone to either a USB port or a wall outlet that is a USB port. How is that happening? Well, in certain cafes, hotels, airports, you're going to find USB plugs that are just ready to go and ready to plug in your device. And they usually have a cable plugged in with it. So all you're going to do is plug in your phone and you're going to charge your device. Lo and behold, there's actually an exploit there. And that exploit is going to allow that bad person to go ahead and grab your data. Now, of course, it may not just be grabbing your data, like taking your photos or your message history or stuff like that. They could also be injecting malware onto your phone, which will allow them to remotely look at your device in the future. Or perhaps they're just going to steal your passwords. Not a big deal, right? Yeah, right. You want to secure your device as soon as possible. So, based on the current government of the United States recommendation, they suggest using some kind of a device in between your phone and that USB port. Well, that's where these little things come in, these little dongles. There's many of them that are out there, but what you have to look for are ones that are going to be no data. So they'll still charge, but they don't allow data to come through. These are just two examples, these two red ones of USB-A, which are on the other side USB-A, so you can just take a normal USB port, plug it into it, and then plug this into the USB at the hotel, at the coffee shop, at the airport, and you know no data is going to come through this, only power. But if you want to go one step further, you can do something like this. This is the VisionTech 65 watt power adapter, and it's got just a plug that plugs right into the wall, and you got two USB Type-Cs. So right away, you can go ahead and use something like this with the VisionTech cable that I use. Those are my favorite ones. And you have right away an easy way to charge your phone. And this is going to give the power, the cable is secure, and you know you're not going to get your data hijacked. Of course, there are other solutions for this. The easy way to do it is to do something like a wireless charger. So using wireless technology, you're not going to be able to have any of your data stolen, which is great. Or, of course, something like a battery pack and charge your phone using your cable and the battery pack. The key takeaways that you want to remember when it comes to juice jacking is that you don't want to trust any USB port out there. So whether it be at a hotel, airport, taxi cab, someone else's car, an Uber even could do it. You want to use something in between. So something like this, which will stop the actual data transfer from your phone to whatever other device is out there. Of course, when you go to your computer, when you want to back up your device, you're going to use your normal cable, and you can transfer all the data you want. Of course, you don't want your data to be shared with someone else, someone that you don't intend to be seeing this data. One of the popular brands out there right now of these data blockers is PortaPow. That's this one here. But you can do also no-name brand ones, just like this one. The key thing is you want to test it out before you go on the road, before you go check in at that hotel or go to the coffee shop to charge your phone. So you'll go ahead and you'll plug this device into your computer, and on the other end, you're going to plug your cable, and you're going to go ahead and then plug your phone into the other side. And when you have this all connected, you should see the device charging, but you shouldn't see any data being reached. If you can read data, then this is not the right product for you. You don't want to use that. It's not secure. Another way bad guys are getting your information is by using cables that have been sort of fixed up. They got a chip built into them, and it's able to read the data. So when you see a cable sitting around and you just want to plug in your phone to it, don't do that. Stop right there. Grab your own cable or someone you know and trust's cable and use that. But by no means should you ever go ahead and just plug it into some random cable that's lying there, whether it even be at a hotel, an airplane, airport, coffee shop, doesn't matter. Safety is the number one thing you need to think about when it comes to this situation. Because at the end of the day, you won't know if a malware has been put on your phone, and you won't know unless, you're protecting yourself. I don't want to see you fall victim to this exploit. I don't want to see you be juice jacked. So just keep in mind, when you need to charge your phone, don't plug into random places. Don't use cables that are lying around. Use something like this. Use a dongle that's going to go in between, that's going to stop the data flow from your phone to whatever device you're plugging into. I don't want to see you fall victim. Go ahead and be proactive about it, and you'll be thanking me later. This is John. Here's a couple other videos that you might like, and feel free to subscribe.